Alright, welcome back to the channel. Max Tornow here, and in this video I want to talk about how you can build a lucrative side hustle while still being in your regular old 9-to-5 job. So this is especially for you if you feel like it's a little too risky to just burn the boats and go for your business right away. You want to have a side hustle that is safe, get you some extra income, and yeah, maybe in the future you can double down on that side hustle and make it, a full-time, full-blown business. And that also brings me right to the first point. In my opinion, you should build businesses not as something that should remain a side hustle, but you should ultimately be able to commit to it, because a business that you are able to commit to is a business that actually goes well, that is absolutely lucrative, and that in fact gets you more income with less work than your regular old 9-to-5 job. If you do it right? If you come to it with the mentality of like, this should be a side hustle forever, at some point you're gonna make so much money, and you could be making more if you committed more to it, but you're not, and that's where you just kind of put in an artificial barrier on your business, and you don't want that to happen. So that's the first point. The second point is use your current job to learn. And I get what you're saying. Maybe you say, well, I'm not learning anything in my job. What the hell? What should I learn? It depends on what job you have, okay? There's basically two stages of learning. Number one, if you're in a very, very well-paid job that is, a little bit more higher level, you can probably acquire skills at your job that you can then later on use for your own business. I've talked to somebody on LinkedIn the other day. I still reply to my own LinkedIn, by the way. It's kind of cool. I love that platform. It's like my new favorite thing. And that person said like, oh, I've been working in a marketing agency, but I always wanted to do my own thing. Don't know what it is that I should be doing. Well, that's a very, very good fit, right? If you're working in a marketing agency and you're learning marketing, that's a perfect skill to use to then, build your own agency, become a service provider or a consultant in that field. So oftentimes it's not necessarily the direction that your job is going into that bugs you. It's more the fact that you cannot do that for yourself, that you're doing that for someone else, and with all the restrictions that a regular 9-to-5 job goes along with. So oftentimes be wary of the skills that you're acquiring within a job that you can then potentially later on use to build your own business. Which brings me to the second point, the second stage that you can use for learning. Let's assume you're in a job that is absolutely not going into the direction that you ever want to be going. I've been there myself. I've had my fair share of BS jobs. What you can do there is you can use these jobs to learn how to be okay with something that is uncomfortable. You can use these jobs to learn how to do things that you don't want to be doing, because even when you're building your freedom business in something that you're passionate about, you'll inevitably are going to be doing a lot of tasks that you don't want to be doing, and you'll be doing that until you make enough money so you can delegate these tasks. If I think about the stage that I'm at now, I do something that I don't like very rarely, and when I do something that I don't like, I do it so much until I can systemize it, then I can delegate it to someone else. I can hire someone and pay them to do that. Oftentimes I even find someone who likes to do that specific task, and now they're doing that. So it's kind of cool. But in the beginning, you will have to be able to do a lot of things that you don't want to be doing for the greater good of having built your business. And if I think back, I really, really have had I've really hit all the check boxes of the worst jobs. Not all the worst jobs, but a lot of worst jobs. I worked as a gardener. That means I was spending my summer back then out in the field, just like ripping out weeds and cutting grass and stuff like that. And I literally did that in like 35 degrees Celsius hot summers outside while my friends were partying or chilling at the Alpine lakes in Austria and having a jolly good time. Plus I had to take the train there 2 hours a day and 2 hours back. That's 4 hours per day on top of the regular working day that I had to spend commuting. I'll give you a bonus tip here. When you're commuting a long time to your job, don't listen to music. Don't listen to the radio. Learn. Use that extra time. Go listen to a podcast. Listen to our podcast. Go listen to an audiobook. Ideally something that listen to this YouTube channel, if you will. Don't waste your time with radio. Okay, nobody says, I listened to the radio for 10 years and then I had all the knowledge. So nobody says that. Radio is poisoning you with BS, all right? What I do every now and then, I listen to one song, it gets me into the mood, yeah, nice, and boom, the rest of the precious commuting time, I'm investing to learn, all right? If you haven't done so yet, by the way, check out our podcast. what is it called? The Business Max Torno Business Podcast. I don't even know the name of it. We have over 100 episodes of it. We're gonna link it down in the description below. Highly recommend you. This is perfect for you to be learning on the side. All right. Other bad jobs I've had, I've literally cleaned toilets for 6 months at the army in Austria. I was just assigned to clean the toilets all the time, every single morning. I've had so many bad jobs at offices and so on and so forth. I've had great jobs too, but they've really taught me to plow through inner resistance. And later on, as I started building my business, it was very similar to that. It's like, hey, this is just like the jobs that I had. This is very interesting. I could do that, right? Which brings you to the next point, time. So we've already established you should, invest your precious time commuting to your job, learning new things. And I would literally spend, for example, way back then, there wasn't even smartphones when I started. I spent an extra half an hour each and every morning to download audiobooks and load it to my little MP3 player. I had this little $12.99 MP3 player. It was like basically a fake iPod Nano. It was like this big, and you plugged it in with like a clunky USB, and you were able to like upload, I don't know, like 200 megabyte or something worth of audio files. So I would just spend 30 minutes a day to load the audio files of a YouTube video, of an audio book that I wanted to listen to, of a podcast. I spent that time because I knew it's much better for me to listen to these things while I'm commuting, right? So anyways, let's talk about time. A lot of people say like, oh, I don't have the time to build a business. Well, from our perspective, especially when it comes to beginners, 5 to 15 hours a week should be enough for you to build your own business, at least to get your foot in the door and to get the first steps done. A lot of our beginner clients, they are starting next to their 9-to-5 job. And I get it. You might say now, oh, I don't have that time. Or when I come home from my 9-to-5, I'm extremely tired and drained. Yeah. Didn't say it's going to be easy. All right. Again, use that time to learn how to do things that you're uncomfortable with. So yeah, you have to invest an hour or two in after your working day where you'd rather sit at home and relax. I get it. But it's a matter of priorities. Do you want to sit at home and relax, or do you want to build your own business? Also, weekends. Weekends can be huge. Cut out some time of going to the baseball game with your buddies or getting drunk. Instead, go ahead and build your own business. The thing that and this is a kind of a meta video, as you probably have noticed now. This is not about the necessary exact steps to build your own business. I have many other videos on that myself. In fact, we can link the video that I shot in Helsinki. I think it's the 7 things that help 7-figure business owner, entrepreneur. Well, yeah, I'll show you guys. We'll edit it in here. So you can check that video out for the exact steps. But when it comes to the mindset part is like, yeah, you get what you tolerate. And if you tolerate yourself to rather take some time off instead of building the business, yeah, you're gonna have a bad time. And the thing that really helped me get over that initial hardship was I saw that time as an investment, not as wasted time. And this is basically the difference between short-term gratification and long-term gratification. Someone whose mind is trimmed on a short-term gratification will only see, oh, I'm missing Game of Thrones tonight. Oh, I'm missing out hanging out with my buddies. Oh, I'm missing out on the spare time that I could be hitting. Short-term gratification. Versus, oh, I'm sacrificing my TV time today so I can later on have a business so I can watch much more TV. Long-term gratification, right? And by default, the way we're coming up in society nowadays is literally telling us everything short-term gratification. We want everything now, we want everything quickly. You can order pizza. If it's not here within 30 minutes, you get it for free. So nothing is there that's being taught in terms of long-term gratification. In fact, there's this great video I've often referenced where I did this little experiment where they sat a kid down in front of the table, at the table, and they said, look, you can have one cupcake now, or you don't eat this cupcake now, and then you get 2. And they sat these kids there, and most of them were like, oh my God, I want to eat the cupcake. I'll eat it, who cares? And they ate the cupcake, and then they were sad again that didn't get 2. Very, very rarely was there a kid who would hang in there and was like, I know I shouldn't eat that, and I know I want to eat that, but I'm going to wait until I get 2 cupcakes. And it's really small things like that you have to train yourself to be doing. Same goes with the radio while you're commuting, right? Oh, I want to listen to music now, and I'm gonna have to focus a lot in my job later on, and I don't know if I have all the willpower left, and the podcast is boring. I want to listen to music right now. Well, short-term gratification, versus let me listen to a podcast now, let me listen to an audiobook, let me listen to something that can actually teach me more. That might be uncomfortable now, that might cost me a lot of focus, but at the end of the day, long-term gratification. It might be hard now, working an extra 5, 10, 15, 20 hours a week on my business, but at the same time, if I do that now, I will have a much easier time later on to actually have my business. And once I'm making 5 figures a month, which is absolutely possible, by the way, to make next to your 9-to-5 job, once I'm doing that, I can quit my job, I can focus on my business, I can start scaling, I can make 50K a month and work harder to get 100K a month, I can start delegating, and all of a sudden I'm more wealthy than ever, I'm doing less work than ever, and all my friends who've been continuously inviting me to the baseball game where I'm supposed to get drunk with them, they're now jealous of me because I have a business and they don't, because I was sacrificing a little bit of my now for something that I can later on become. So I want to invite you to actually take the step and build something up next to your 9-to-5 job. And if you want to know how to exactly that has to be done in your specific situation, with your skill level, with your skills that you may or may not have, then I invite you to book a free consultation call with us over on our website. All you have to do is you click that link down in the description below, or the link that appears somewhere here right now. You go on that link, you go to the website, you use that to apply for a free consultation call. On that call, this is entirely for free call. On that call, we'll be looking at your situation, we'll be looking at your skill levels, we'll be looking at your goals. What type of business do you want to build? Do you know what type of business you want to build? Are you completely lost? You don't know anything about how to start? Don't worry, we can help you literally on that free consultation call. This call is so valuable that I can guarantee you will become you will get to a stage where you say like, okay, I can actually become someone who can build a business. I can guarantee that will help you, and I can guarantee that will happen on that free consultation call. If you then want to take these steps together with us, you want to become a client, we can talk about that on the call as well. And I can otherwise tell you it will be very, very valuable for your mindset, for your planning, for the structure that you need in order to implement your very first business. So I want to thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.
Alright, this is Jacob here from Denmark, and this is my video testimonial for working with the Freedom Business Mentoring Program by Max Tornow. So far I've made $14,250 in sales. It feels so amazing to help people overcoming their challenges in their social life and at the same time be able to generate income and create a lifestyle where you can work from your laptop whenever you want, from wherever you want. So never give up and keep going, guys and girls.